welcome along for the ride. It's March 2025, and just going to give a sort of a semi-final update on this car. It's done as far as I'm going to take it at the moment. Spring is technically here. I think spring was 2 days ago. And I'm just going to enjoy it the rest of the year. I'm not going to do a whole lot to it other than just drive it. If you want to see this car in person, if you're going to Ford Carlisle this year or to the Falcon National Meet in Pittsburgh, you should be able to see this car live and in person. Is it finished? We still have a lot to do. The headliner still is terrible. You just can't see it from where you're watching. Not happy with the rear axle ratio in this car. Probably needs like a 355 or something in it to really giddy up and go. My Lightning is quicker than this car. But that's probably something I'll be doing next fall. Then we can put a limited slip in it too, which it desperately needs. The transmission with the green dot shift pattern sucks, and the little shift kit thing I put in, it really doesn't do a whole lot. So I'm still looking for a non-green dot valve body for it without paying a small fortune for a used one of dubious background. I think that's mostly it. Today I just finished replacing the fuel tank sending unit seal, which apparently shrunk and was also starting to crack, so more aftermarket parts quality there. That wasn't in that long, although it was in the car when I got it. So I replaced that seal. Mustang one works fine. Got it on Autocrafters or eBay or someplace, I don't even remember now. And obviously, as you saw, got the wheels and tires put on. Very happy with how they look. Not a big fan of the center caps that came with it, so probably just going to go without or keep my eyes open for something that I like a little bit better than the chrome ones. They seem to stick out too far. I don't know why. They don't work for me. So I kind of like the missing center cap look, actually. It looks a little more rally car, I guess. I don't know. I like it. You don't have to. Comment in the comments below if you hate it or like it. Doesn't matter to me, but comment. Helps the video out. So anyhow, car runs good. Been driving it on the weekends here, towing it out for an hour or two. We're gonna take some road trips with it in the next couple of months, which I will video those and share them here. We're going to take the car back to its original home, at least the second owner. I don't know who the first owner was, but the second owner in southern Maryland. I've located the original residence as well as the place where Aunt Helena worked. So we're going to go down there for some photo ops, and we'll take you along on that ride. The disc brakes work great. I get no complaints with those. The steering is still pretty loosey-goosey, to be honest. It's not great. I think it's probably pretty worn, and there's just not a whole lot I can do with it. Other than replace it with something else or a better box, and the new steering box is out of the question with this car, so you got to find a used one, and that's a crapshoot, but you're going to get there. I've already gotten 2 of them. I showed that in the video. So we'll see what happens there. I was thinking about putting power steering on it, but honestly, the car does not steer bad, and everyone I've talked to about the power steering says it's overboosted. It's so numb feeling. So, I haven't driven one, but coming from a sports car background, I would probably hate it. So I don't think we're going to do power steering on this car. Like I said, it doesn't need it. I didn't put super big tires on it, as you saw. And probably do a video about the wheels and tires and the size that I chose. They're 15s. Why I didn't go 17s. Well, let's talk about it while we're riding around here. I may do a video on it anyway for everybody else, but... So I struggled with the wheel and tire combo for probably over a year. Because there's pluses and minuses to either choice. The 15s ultimately I thought looked better on this car. I thought the 17s were going to be a bit much. I don't dislike the big wheel look on some cars, but on this one I just wasn't feeling it. And so I went with the 15s. Now the tire selection in the 15s is not nearly as good as the 17s, granted. And you'll notice I did not go with the ubiquitous BF Goodrich radial TAs with the white letters. Because, first of all, I wasn't really sold on the white letters for the kind of look I was going for. And the other thing is, those BFG radials are so antiquated in design. The speed rating is only like 100 miles an hour. They're not really well made. And they're expensive. They're over $200 a piece, I think. It's ridiculous. But I thought the 15s ultimately looked better. And the tires were significantly less expensive. I don't remember what size they are. Ask me in the comments, I'll reply. I just don't remember. I have it written down at home. Of course, I forgot to remember before I came out here. But I think they look right. I'm happy with them. It's not going to be a car that's... I'm not taking it to the racetrack because it's an automatic. I'm not going to autocross it a lot. I'll do it for fun every once in a while, but I'm not a serious autocrosser. I tried that when I was younger with a couple of different cars that were much more appropriate for autocross, including a Honda CRX, and it just never was my bag. It's a very technical form of driving to be competitive, and I'm just out to have fun. I'm not really... I don't collect trophies. I'm not interested in that. So that's never really been a goal. But I do want to take it and autocross it a little bit just to see what it's like. Driving around some of these back roads here where I live that are fairly twisty, it's surprising with that front sway bar. This car corners very flat. I have not had any trouble going around turns with this thing. You just want to go around, you just turn the wheel more. I mean, that's all you got to do. It's actually pretty impressive. Now, some of that, I'm sure, is the coilovers and the lowering that we've done to it. Only about an inch. But, yeah, it's... Other than the lousy on-center feel of the steering, it doesn't handle bad. The Bilsteins in the back don't seem to be too stiff. I'm happy with those. The Viking coilovers in the front, of course, they're adjustable, so I might dial them a little bit yet, but where they are right now seems to be pretty decent. And like I said, the brakes, not power, manual disc brakes. Stop. You want to stop hard? Push harder on the pedal. What are we going to do in the future? Well, I could talk about probably do a different rear differential. Still kind of mulling over the transmission thing. As much as I like the C4 because it's a simple, easy, relatively small and lightweight transmission, it doesn't offer a whole lot as far as, performance or an overdrive or anything like that. It doesn't have any of that. So, it's a little antiquated, admittedly. The problem with overdrive transmissions is they don't really fit in the tunnel in these cars without modifying them. And the regular overdrive transmission that came after the C4 wasn't spectacular. The electronic overdrive is a much better transmission, as I understand it, but it's electronic, which this car is so analog, I hate to add anything electronic to it. Air conditioning, I'd still like to probably do that. Eventually, I'm sure the spousal unit will be pushing for that quicker than I will. Other things I could do, I could put a Tremec 5-speed in it. I've thought of that. I'm very reluctant to hack up the car to put a manual in it, but it's not off the table. I think the car would be a lot more fun with the stick shift, but I don't know that I want that at my advanced age and what I intend to use this car for. Do I really want to be sitting in traffic in Power Tour, for example, and having to be on and off the clutch all the time? You know, I've done that. That's not fun. So is the car at this point what I had hoped it would be? Mostly yes. The steering's a little disappointing. The transmission isn't quite what I hoped, but I think I can get it there if I get a different valve body. And the 280 whatever axle ratio is really, really a snooze fest. That's the biggest detriment of this car being a good time. See? Doesn't do much. I just turned 60. I'm slowing down a little bit. I mean, I don't mean to make it sound like I'm an old geezer already. I'm not. I still like to go fast, but I don't have the drive to go as fast as often as I once did. So if you followed along, I thank you for all the watches and likes, tolerating the ads. I struggle with the whole mid-run ad thing because I can turn them off, but the $100 or $200 a month that I might get from YouTube and my Google account helps pay for a lot of stuff on this car. So I'm reluctant, as I said, to turn it off because it really helps. And I'm not asking for you guys to pay me money or, you know, send me thanks things or Patreons or any of that nonsense. I don't want you to do any of that. So if you don't mind a few skippable ads here and there, it's much appreciated. So I hope to see some of you at some events this year. Stop by and say hi. If you have any questions about the car, the project, anything on the channel, hit me up in the comments. Send me an email. I'm just going to drive and enjoy the Falcon. Until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.